And another good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Jeez, does this guy ever work? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Grade A Flicks channel for another episode as Grade A Fantasy previews defenses for the Week 15 FanDuel main slate. Let's get right into it. Self-explanatory. They deserve to be 5K. I got no problem with this pay-up option. Yes, they're weak in the defensive backfield, but the Giants aren't really generating that much down the field anyway. Can Malik Neighbors get a big play here and there? Yeah, sure. But do you really think the Giants are going to push Baltimore and push a 5,000 negative? Now, could they possibly push them just enough where they weren't worth the 5,000? Yeah, they can. But Giants offense is just not really doing anything right now. So it is a trusted. I feel it's a safe. It's a safe 5,000 with upside. So I do like Baltimore. Jets defense is not something that I trust, but for this particular matchup, Jacksonville, Mac Jones did have a bad second game out, throwing 2 interceptions last week. Yes, they're at home, but the Jets are playing better. The Jets have been playing better as of late, so I do like the Jets' ability to pressure Mac Jones and maybe get some sacks and turnovers out of him as well. One of my favorite pay-ups definitely is, without a doubt, Denver, home against Anthony Richardson and the Colts. I think they'll be able to bring up a scheme to maybe spy Richardson and maybe force him into some turnovers as well. Denver's defense has been lights out all year. They lead the league in sacks, so I love Denver this week. Washington on the road, I definitely like that, especially with the possibility of no Derek Carr. He hasn't been ruled out yet, but I definitely like Washington on the road. But I think my 1A, without a doubt, it's Kansas City's defense with the ability to sack Jameis and also the potential with the interceptions. I think KC 4,600, even though on the road in Cleveland. Yes, I do love KC. KC is my number one option. You save 400 off the Ravens because at least with Kansas City, Jameis will force the ball. He's going to put the ball in harm's way. Giants defense is so slow and dull. You might get a turnover off of a sack, fumble, and you just might get an ugly game where the Giants don't generate maybe nothing but a touchdown, a field goal, a touchdown, 2 field goals. But with the sacks and maybe the one interception that Drew Lock might throw, it negates that scoring. But the game is just going to be dull and boring where there's not enough opportunity for Baltimore to, pick the ball off or anything. Now, of course, you can get a kind of maybe a kick return, obviously, because it's defensive special teams, but more than likely, you're not really going to get all that put together. But KC, without a doubt, with the upside of James, that quarterback is my favorite pay-up option. Philly has been playing well as of late at 45. No George Pickens, so don't have to worry about one deep threat, but still have to worry about the rest of the Pittsburgh defense. I do like that game to be pretty low scoring. So low scoring means the less threat of a defense being blown up from their top score. As usual, I will always look at Arizona. They did have a bad week last week, but Arizona is always an option. And big mind, though, obviously with me talking about Philly, since week 5, they haven't given up more than 20 points in the game. So once again, with one less weapon to worry about, Philly seems to be another safe defense at 4,500 for another pay-up option. I think they round out my top 3. As we get low into the mid-level, obviously in that same game, the Steelers have a good run game. Yes, you're going to get Saquon, who could break one at any time, but issues with the passing game. You always got J.J. Watt, who could strip, sack, fumble, and be a one-man wrecking crew. So Pittsburgh is definitely an option. And then when it comes to that mid-level, I do love the Chargers defense. Has only allowed 20 points twice all year. That's very safe for 4,100. The Chargers at home against Tampa Bay. So, and obviously if Herbert is hurt, you're going to need the defense to step up even more. It's just the way Harbaugh coaches. So I definitely love them. And then I'm actually going to skip a few of these defenses and just get to the pay down options. Who do I like as a pay down? I actually like Dallas, even though with the injuries, like I said, Carolina's playing better. but they're no juggernaut. So they still got Michael Parsons and a few other guys, even though that they're hurt. So Dallas is an option at 3,700 at Carolina. But it's funny to say, but my favorite pay down actually might be the way they're playing. I mean, like I said, no Dak or whatever the case is. The offense is not that explosive. So Carolina, 3,400. I mean, if you look, like I said, I've been saying they've been playing better, if you notice, and they've had 9, 4, 8, and 4 fantasy points in the last 4 weeks. So 3,400 to not get a negative, and the possibility to maybe pick off Cooper Rush, maybe sack Cooper Rush, maybe pick up a fumble. Carolina is an option. And then, yeah, I mean, if you want to pick something else lower, I kind of like New England. You know why? It's a low risk because you never know what kind of Kyler Murray you're going to get. But for 3,100, they're definitely worth the risk. That is the end of the defensive preview episode. Good luck in Week 15. This is Grade A Fantasy, signing off.